up, YouTube? It's your girl DaniByDemand coming at you with another banger video. I want to get into the dynamics of the show. I first watched Euphoria 2 years ago when it came out in the premiere. I watched it and I felt like it was very adult content. I think it's very strange that it's a high school setting, but it's on HBO Max and the rating is MA, so mature audience only. But high school kids watch this because it's a high school setting, so they feel like they can relate to it. I know I went to a private all-girl high school, so obviously my high school experience is not going to be Euphoria's, but I feel like it's a little too adult content for it to be a high school setting and the show rating to be mature audience. Like, I don't think you guys understand what I'm saying. It's like High School Musical, right? High school audience, high school cast, but it's rated for mature audience. So let's say High School Musical was rated MA for mature audiences only. Like, kids are still gonna watch that. And when I tell you Euphoria has nudity, rape, drug use, drug addiction, sex use, sex addiction, for a high school setting, like, I don't think that makes sense. And I think it's weird that Drake is producing it because he likes to get it on with underage women. Look it up, Google it, it's true. I just think that this show should be setting maybe college. I could see all this happening in college. I cannot see this happening in high school. Schoolwork, sports, like, the list goes on. Like, come on. I just think that it's just strange that these serious, dramatic issues are happening in high school. Like, I could see the whole Nate sleeping with Cassie thing happening in high school. Kat being dominatrix, you know, whatever. I can see that. I can't see Rue being a super drug addict but still getting the freedom and go out and do drugs all hours of the night and the mom doesn't say anything. A black mom too? I don't believe that. Maddie, she's Hispanic, and you mean to tell me that her mom didn't check her? Those Hispanic people, they do not play. You mean to tell me Maddie's mom didn't check her? Okay. Bet. Nate, now I believe everything that happened to Nate because I believe that could happen in real life. But what I don't believe is that Nate having the freedom to have sexual intercourse in his own home while his parents are listening downstairs, like, that's just very inappropriate. And the freedom that Nate has, I think, is very, very strange. The freedom that they all have is just very strange to me. I think it's an amazing show. It keeps the audience, you know, we want more. I love it, but I'm also of age. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a overgrown ass adult. So I enjoy watching it, but I just think that the cast should be in college, just so it could be a little bit more, I don't know, fitting. But hey, this is just my opinion, you know. Who am I? I don't even write or produce. So, first character I want to talk about is Rue. I like Rue. She's unproblematic to everybody except herself. I think that she's typical teenager, making, you know, mistakes and stuff. Very unproblematic. I really, really, really like her. I don't like, obviously, that she's a drug addict, like super, super duper, like about to kill herself because that's how much she's taking every day. So it really does pain me to see that side of her. But overall, I love her. I think she's a good friend. Again, when the drugs aren't hindering her. Obviously, we know that, you know, people that are addicted to drugs lie, cheat, steal, you know, just to get them. But when she's like in her homeostasis, you know, when she's feeling good, she's actually a really nice person. She's just hurting, obviously, from the death of her father. Next character I want to talk about is Cassie. And I think that Cassie is also another typical teenager. She is very impressionable, and I think she's missing that love from a male father figure, so she just looks for and craves for a male attention, and whoever gives it to her, she clings to and thinks that they really care for her. But as we know, high school men don't care about anyone but themselves. So it's really sucky that she did sleep with her best friend's ex, Maddie's boyfriend, Nate. But you know what? We know that's wrong. We know that, it's a terrible thing to do. Um, I don't really like Cassie. I never really liked her in the first season. Um, something just doesn't sit right. I don't like girls like Cassie, so that's probably why I don't like Cassie. Moving on to Maddie. Now, Maddie is like your typical, like, I'm the queen bee, everyone around me, does what I say, and that's cool. She seems very unproblematic in this show, Euphoria. They actually make her seem really sweet and humble, and she seems like the only one that, like, really rocks with Rue. Like, everyone else is just like, hey, Rue, hey, whatever. She's the only one that's like, Rue, hey, like, give me a hug. So I really, really like Maddie. And it's really sad the things that she has to go through with Nate because of his internal issues. This is a great example of how your childhood trauma affects your romantic relationships. Nate is a product of that, and so is Cal. So moving on, let's go to Nate. I don't like Nate. And I don't not like him, as a person. I just don't like the actions that he's been doing. Threatening Jules, doing all those bad things. Like, I don't really care for him. And then choking Maddie, like, what was that about? Like, what was your point? But then sleeping with Cassie, Maddie's best friend, like, he's just as guilty as Cassie is, if not more, because actually not more. He's just as guilty. So I don't really respect him. I don't like him. And then he goes and calls Cassie, and, like, she packs the bag to stay a few nights there. What? You guys are in high school. Anyway, let's move on to Fez. Really love Fez. Unproblematic. Cares for Rue. Yeah, he's her drug dealer, but he still doesn't just, like, give her drugs just to give her drugs. Like, he really, truly cares about her, and I really like that about him. Same with Ashtray. They just seem down to earth. Obviously, they sell drugs, so they have to live that certain lifestyle, but I feel like Fez is really a humble, down to earth, and he probably wouldn't be doing that if he wasn't born into it. Moving on to Jules. I started off really liking Jules. I do think she had a few issues, obviously internally, because she was, like, sleeping with everyone and, like, older men, which could be looked at as statutory rape. So I think there's definitely some issues in some childhood trauma / period. But I started not liking her when she was cheating on Rue with, can't think of his name right now, but cheating on Rue with who. I don't respect that. I don't condone cheating. And I just feel really bad, that she did that to Rue, because Rue wasn't doing that to her. But again, Rue kind of was cheating on her with drugs, like lying about it. So I guess there's that. Let's move on to Kat. I really like Kat. I think she is a really interesting character. I think the show would be different without her. I like that she's also unproblematic queen. And I love that she is fuller figured. I'm not going to say plus size. I'm not going to say big. I love that she's fuller figured, and I think that's perfect for this show and for the times we are in now, because I love being body positive, and I hate how people are so judgmental when a woman's body is, like, slightly bigger than a size 2, or even more bigger than a size 2. Like, nobody's size 2. I'm not even a size 2. So let's get that out of our brains. Women's bodies can be whatever size they want. Anyways, moving on to Cal. So Cal's character, I think, is a perfect example of how if a person is not living their truth, that it backfires them when they have kids. He is a epitome of that. He hid from himself for years, didn't come out that he was gay, and look how that messed up his kids. He was not able to show emotion. And a lot of men are like, oh, I'm raising my boys and not show emotion. Look how messed up Nate and his brother is from having a father that wasn't emotionally available. Nate is angry at the world. Nate put his hands on his girlfriend in high school. That is a um, foreshadowing for the rest of his life. He's going to be putting his hands on his women unless he gets help. His older brother has addictions to stuff, I'll just say, and his wife is mentally checked out of their relationship and marriage because he's gay. So it's just like, did he really do the right thing by marrying his high school sweetheart and having more kids with her and playing the perfect family? Short answer, no. Long answer, no. He did not do the right thing. So if there is a lesson that comes out of Euphoria, it is to live your truth. Live your truth. Because if you hide from yourself, it's going to backfire in any way. If you settle and, you're not being fulfilled in any way, shape, or form, it's going to backfire you, definitely. Lexi is definitely unproblematic queen. I love Lexi. I cannot wait for this play. I love that she made it about her sister. I think Cassie's annoying. I don't even know how Cassie and Lexi are the same because they come from the same background, like same parents and same issues. Lexi seems to have a head on her shoulders. Cassie doesn't. Last but not least, Gia. That is Rue's little sister. I really like Gia. I think she's your typical, obviously, like little sister that's worried about her big sis and just wants her big sis to be really healthy and around for a long time. So I really like Gia. Really, really like Gia. And Rue's mom, of course, love her mom. I think she could be a little bit more hands-on, but I know nothing and I've never experienced anyone on drugs like that, so I really can't touch on that, but I will say I am surprised at how much freedom Rue has. I want to talk about Elliot. I think that Elliot is a cool character, unproblematic. I think it was really good that he told Jules that Rue, had never stopped doing drugs because they've been doing it together, but him and Jules having a thing, I didn't like that. I don't hate him. I don't love him. I think he's just in there for someone else's character development, honestly. But without the whole him and Jules thing, I thought he was pretty cool, pretty problematic. Again, yes, I know the whole reason of the show is to show how a teenager is living life while being addicted to drugs and the drama and stuff that comes with it. But I really enjoyed their friendship, Elliot and Ruse, even though it was just about doing drugs, and that's about it. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and turn on my notifications.